Hey guys, welcome back. And let me start just first and foremost by saying thank you to all the people who watched yesterday's live stream, and a very special thank you to all who tuned in. I promise I'll get better. I'm not the TV show host guy. However, I will be a lot more exciting and a lot more excited about sharing the details of these processes. And once we get into the nitty gritty, that's when my life starts to come up. So I appreciate you guys taking the time, showing me some empathy, showing me a little grace. And thank you again for tuning in. I hope you guys are excited about some of the stuff that we shared and looking forward to the future like we are. I think tonight uh, we want to focus on a little bit more on Evoto. Again, it's kind of one of those things where every conversation that I have, the number one thing that comes up is the cost. So I just wanted to take a few minutes before we get into some of the good news that we have, just to kind of talk about that cost, throw out some perspectives and some things to consider when you're looking at making that type of investment into your images. Now, as volume photographers, some of our galleries can be 10,000 images sometime. So looking at that cost is can be a little scary. But even at the highest cost, which is only 9 cents an image, it's still going to be true to be a great investment. Now, as we get into these programs and into our Facebook group a little bit more, we have some Patreon memberships. As we start getting into the nitty gritty of this, you're going to understand that there's ways to set up your photo day accounts, your photo sessions, so you're not necessarily paying for edits on images that will never be purchased. We have some advanced pay options. We have some different posing options for advanced pay. You get more poses. You know, if you don't, then you get maybe the one team pose. So there are ways to be able to cut those costs that you feel like might be wasteful. But these are things that we're going to dive deep into as we get into these programs. We have a complete course, the Better, Faster, Stronger for Knockouts. This is going to literally from start to finish, from getting the client to finishing the gallery. We're going to take you through that whole process. So stay tuned for those announcements. But let's talk about the investment, because when people talk about time is money, I always kind of laugh to myself, because to me, time is priceless. It's the one thing, if you've ever read Frank Sinatra's biography, it was the one thing he couldn't buy. It was the one thing he couldn't get, and it drove him absolutely crazy in his later years. Time is valuable. We only get so much of it. So if you enjoy working endless hours and countless nights and heavy loads to get deadlines accomplished, if you're that person, then this may not be for you. But if you like getting done early, sitting by the pool, barbecuing with your family, then this is going to be something that you're going to want to listen intently about. Um, because if you think about it, if you take all the years that we do this, and if you can cut 60 to 70, maybe 80% of the time and become almost 80% more efficient in your post production work, you're going to be setting up stressful free galleries that are going to guide you through. But then also, even looking at certain things like being able to present galleries right there on the spot, deliver print lab galleries the same day. If you got tons of teams to build, we're going to show you ways to be able to deliver galleries within 24 hours without any stress, and mostly automation using these great tools that we've talked about: Photo Day, Evoto, and PixNub. But with Evoto, if people kind of maybe you're not a husband and wife, maybe you don't have a family, maybe you don't mind working those longer hours, and I mean, for real, no sarcasm, and with all due respect, I mean, when I was younger, I was probably that guy. I would have rather saved 300 or 400 bucks this month and just did it myself. But the wiser we get, the older we get, the longer we're here, the longer we do it, the knees are starting to feel it, the hours, and again, you're starting to value that time. um, Either you're going to do that, or you're going to go out and hire somebody. And then when you think about hiring somebody, you have not just the cost of the employee, but you got the back end costs, the time that it takes to hire somebody, train somebody, find somebody. I mean, just to find some qualified applicants that are excited and carry that same energy and passion to do what you're doing as you do, or close anyways. That's kind of like a diamond in the rough. So it's going to take time and management to have that editor. So again, when you think about making that investment, Evoto starts to make a lot more sense. It's just got to figuring out how to do it right for your company, your business, and your model, and what works best for you. So we're going to talk about different ways to be able to get Evoto for almost half, like 4 cents, I think. So there are ways to be able to cut those costs, and if you literally cut the cost over at half, right there in itself is amazing, because now you're at 4.4 cents, I think it is, that you can actually get the price down to. So there's ways to do that as well. But finding the value in something is what's going to make it make sense. If something that has no value, it's always just going to be expensive. That's just too expensive. But once you find value in it, you're going to understand that, man, even at 9 cents, but man, 4 cents, it's the deal of the century, because what it's going to do for your brand, what it's going to do for your product, what it's going to do for your time and your efficiency is absolutely a game changer. Also you want to create products, and you want to create things for your clients that nobody else is doing, or at least none of your competitors are doing. You want to stand out. I've been in business for myself now for almost 30 years probably. And over the years, I've kind of developed this thing where if I run into another person who's self-employed, or owns a business, I should say, I'll always ask them, what makes your business unique? And with all due respect to everybody that I've had this conversation with over the years, but you'd be surprised on how generic the answers you get are. Customer service seems to be the number one thing. Oh, we have great customer service. It's like, well, to be respectful to every other company that has great customer service, I don't think that's very unique. So a lot of times a business owner can't answer that question with an answer that's impactful. So I challenge you, I challenge you today to find something about your business that you can honestly say that none of your competitors are doing. What do you offer? What do you do? What's something that makes your business unique? Evoto gives you an opportunity to really put yourself on that map. So if you don't have a plethora of things, or if you can't answer that question with full confidence because you've already thought about it and you've already answered that question, this process is really, really, really going to make a difference there, because it's going to make your product stand out. It's going to make your processes stand out, your efficiency for photo day, and your turnaround times are going to blow your parents away. So there's tons of value in being the best. There's tons of value in being the fastest. And when that follows your reputation, the investment that you've made into a simple tool like Evoto now again becomes a lot more clear that it was a good decision. So again, just things to think about. However, today we did get some good news from Evoto, and I tell you what, I'm excited, because Evoto, the staff has been fabulous to work with. Shout out to Jay over at Evoto. I'm excited to be able to build this. I got another email from this young lady earlier. But man, we are going to take volume sports to the next level with this partnership with Evoto. I can't wait to share all of those tricks and tips and secrets to our Better, Faster, Stronger program with you guys, because it literally is going to just blow your. I mean, I still get in awe sometimes. Like, I cannot believe I just published this gallery. It was like 5,500. I think I did one the other day. It was like 5,500 images. And it was the next morning. It wasn't even 24 hours from the time that we packed up until the time that the parents got their notification that their galleries were ready. So we are definitely excited for that. So Evoto has been gracious to give us 15 credits. So if you've never tried Evoto, now is the time to do so. Scan this QR code right here, sign up, It's no cost, 15 free credits. Now, I believe the app is completely free all the time, but with the credits, you actually get to export and you get to try out some of their features. And guys, we're going to be going extensively through these features in our Patreon memberships. And we're going to be touching base on it in our Better, Faster, Stronger Volume Sports Facebook group. So make sure you guys join that. Follow our business page at Alexander Martin Imagery just to stay connected. We're not going to use the business page a lot for education, but there will be some important announcements. And we also do some pretty fun videos on there as well. So make sure you follow us there. But join that Facebook group. And let's see, if we please set your notifications for the Facebook group as we make these announcements. If we post videos, and we promise we're not going to spam you, we're not going to have a bunch of crap that's going to be filling up your notifications. If we send something out, there's a good chance that it's going to be something interesting. So set the notifications, share the group with others. If you know people, if you're in other groups, I have not been very open about this in too many sports photography groups. I would love for you guys to be able to get on board and share this and tell others about it. Let's see if they're interested as well. And then stay tuned again. Just really be intent to see what we have coming from guest speakers, from some of the biggest names that you hear about, that you see online, that their businesses are just doing absolutely amazing numbers, to some of the small hometown guys that can really relate with a lot of you, to husband and wife teams like ours that are going to be able to help you guys create the efficiency, the workflow. And I don't know about you guys, but my wife and I work together. Like, so she's my boss half the day, and then I'm kind of, I don't want to say her boss half the day, but you have to find that relationship. But at the end of the day, guys, what we do is important to us. We love what we do, but our lives must remain in our homes, and our families cannot lose focus of our attention. We love giving attention to other families, and again, putting memories on their walls. But we want to make sure that we're still giving a great service, running a great business, but also being able to put some of those memories on our walls. So thank you guys again for tuning in. Oh, by the way, one last thing. Alex M BFS is the promo code for Evoto. If you are not a first-time user, you just want to keep on using it, save 20%. Now, I thought 20% was very, very was very nice on Evoto's part. I worked with a lot of other brands in the past, and it's generally a 10% discount, which is great. Anytime that you can save some money on a great product, it's a win-win. But generally, it was 10%. Evoto is giving you 20% off. So make sure you use AlexMBFS promo code when purchasing credits. Look at some of those larger packages. We'll talk about those in a later video and seeing how those make sense to you or not. But again, guys, thanks a lot for joining us. I appreciate it, and we'll see you next time.